Hello. Hi, can you hear me? How's my sound? Can you tell me?
Hello.
Perfect.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Perfect. Yeah. So what do you think? Can we expect, hints at the PS5, like some kind of available for PlayStation 4, and then like static that it shows the 5 for like a second or something?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I'd
It'll be
love it though.
fun. I just don't think they're going to talk about it at all. I think for the most part, they don't want people to be thinking about it while they're showing off, the last PS4 games, I'd say.
Yeah. But you know what? Those definitely will be like dual generations. So will we see, Horizon 2, Spider-Man 2, God of War 2, or will they like just kind of be like dabble a bit here, dabble a bit there, just nothing major and save everything else for the PlayStation event later in the year?
I don't think anything major. I think maybe we'll get maybe a bit more on Last of Us 2 at most in terms of major stuff. But I've been hearing a lot of talk about Final Fantasy VII, the remake. They might actually have something to show this time.
If they shadow drop that, like the servers will go down.
See, I trust Sony, but Square Enix, I don't know. I'd say we might be waiting another few years yet, even if they show it now.
Although Kaz would love that, I'd say.
Oh yeah. I'm to be honest, almost more than the announcements. I'm just really interested to see have they got their format together, because the last one of these was a bit. It was grand.
Yeah,
But they haven't found their footing yet for this kind of event.
yeah, and the last one was basically just PlayStation VR. We knew basically everything for the let's call it normal PlayStation. Even like what was it? Not State of Decay. Days Gone was the big non VR game.
Mm. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. See, all I remember, I feel bad now, is Iron Man from the last one.
Yeah, Iron Man just started it off.
Yeah, which was great. Actually, I loved looking at that until I learned it was VR and I can't afford to play it. But
yeah. What could also be is that they go full force with the Darth Vader. There's a VR Darth Vader TV show, Darth Vader show or something like that, isn't there?
Yeah, I found that very confusing.
Yeah.
What is it? Because I want to have a look at it.
Yeah, me too. But then there's stuff like coming to all PSV or all VR headsets or specific ones and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that because Valve just announced their one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Index.
Yeah, well, the good thing about the Index is that if you do spend the grand, you don't need a computer to run it. Like, it's all in one kind of thing, as far as I read,
I think the good news of the Index was Valve are actually doing something.
Yeah, but are they really?
Well, they're releasing a product, so I haven't seen them do that in quite a while.
And of course, now with the new product, like people are like, "Oh yeah, will we get Half-Life 3 as the selling point? The game to drive them in, or shit, my brain is fried. The one Portal. We see a new like Portal 3 or Portal 1 and 2 VR or whatever.
It's funny. I have at least 2 friends who couldn't play Portal because they felt it gave them motion sickness. So the VR version. I don't know what that would do to them.
Yeah, puking in circles.
Yeah. I would love it though, because I at the moment I'm kind of an agnostic. I'll believe Valve are making a game when I see it, but I'd love it.
Yeah, or could it even be a Left 4 Dead?
That would be brilliant.
Left 4 Dead VR though.
Yeah, that'd be some fun. Oh man. I've barely actually got to touch VR stuff at all. It's just been events,
Yeah. I tried it once in Expert.
Yeah. What were your impressions of it?
It was back when the PSVR launched, and
Oh,
so I played all the demos like the Deep Sea and this kind of stuff, and I
yeah.
thought it was really cool, but but it's just too expensive. Like,
Yeah.
So like what I am expecting for the next PlayStation is that we'll have the PlayStation VR bundle that's going to be 1,000 with the console and the new VR headset and the new VR controllers and all that stuff, if they're going to even be still going down the VR route, and then the normal PlayStation 5 kind of way. They might even like have 3 models, so no disc drive PS5, then standard PS5, with disc and no VR, and then like the high end model is then VR, everything VR troopers.
Yeah. To be honest, a no disc PS5, I could actually see myself going for that. Because before I never would have, but I realized just today actually most of everything I have in PS4 is downloaded.
Yeah, and like if I look at my office, it's so full of stuff, right? Yeah. And like I'd actually be happy to not have to have more boxes standing around,
Exactly. So, and just since we have to install everything now anyway, there's no huge advantage to the disc, I don't think.
But I'd say they'd have to put in a 2 terabyte.
Oh yeah, at least.
And
I'm very curious about PS5. I don't know, because it's definitely not this year. I know they said, but just to see when they will start properly showing off stuff for it.
Yeah.
Not today. I don't think it's going to happen today, because I think they would have made a bigger deal. But
yeah.
It's hard to predict, though.
It is. I hope Dave gets back to Slav, because it seems that we're having some technical difficulties.
Ooh.
Yeah, cool. No worries.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 Okay. Yeah, are we all in? Is it turning it off on Twitch or? Oh.
Okay. Will we do it anyway? Like just record without like the stream audio? It's gonna be nobody's really gonna be talking or anything, and it seems that there are subtitles in the games, like the Monster Hunter from Capcom there. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. We didn't have like. Let's.
That was last time as well. Yeah.
Last time it was quite faint as well, and us really loud. So we'll figure something out for next time. So if you want to start the stream. Okay, perfect. So, is the stream live? Yeah. Perfect. Great.
Hello.
Welcome to the GamEir stream for PlayStation State of Play. We had some technical difficulties, but we're trying to sort things out for the next time. The stream audio might be, or the event audio might be a little bit faint. If you guys don't hear it, that's on us, sadly. But welcome to the others too.
Hello everyone, I'm Niall. I'm here to have a look at some PlayStation.
So if you want to tweet hashtags Slav Tech God to GamEir, that'd be fine.
It's very cheeky them calling this Iceborne.
Yeah.
Now I just want more Bloodborne.
Yeah. Although, like, I haven't even gotten a chance to play Monster Hunter World yet. Never got really into it, and I don't think now like an expansion merits me starting. You know?
Yeah, I've never been into Monster Hunter. God, I've tried, but it's just too grindy for me. I don't know.
Yeah. So it really doesn't feel like this is something that is for new players. Like this is for people coming back to Monster Hunter. You know?
Oh, what's this now?
Okay, a frantic take on a dungeon crawler. So looks a bit like Minecraft. Oh yeah, no. Okay, Zelda with a rabbit.
It's a lot like a 3D Dot Heroes.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, which literally was Zelda. Like,
yeah,
you know.
I loved the look of that, but I didn't have a PS3, so I couldn't play it back in the day.
It does, yeah. It does look fun, and if it's 4-player co-op, you know, it's like 4-player Zelda almost, you know.
Crossover skins.
So what's this? Don't know that.
I know some of these things, yeah. Oh, Shovel Knight, of course.
Yeah, and
Mario indie games now.
Yeah, Psychonauts and Guacamelee, and I don't know the other ones.
I think
they're saying it now.
Yeah.
Oh, Bastion, that's where the kid is from. Okay.
Shovel Knight from Shovel Knight. Riverbond.
Looks like fun 4-player co-op. Like if you have a few buddies to play that, you know, I'd say you'd have a good evening or two, because I don't expect this thing to be longer than like 4 to 7 hours. You know, like it's not going to be Diablo.
It looked Uncharted-y, that artwork there.
It did, yeah. Yeah, it's almost why bother, you know, like.
Well, for an announcement, I'm always, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Just say not gameplay, trailer, you know? Like,
as long as it's not like Jedi Fallen Order, where it seems like they'll never show what that game looks like.
To be honest, it looks a bit like a Predator game, doesn't it?
Oh,
it's this Alien versus Predator new generation kind of thing. Yeah, I think the last one was on 360, where you could play all 3 sides. Do you remember that one? That was loads of fun.
Alright, that trailer did it for me. Okay.
Yeah, it does look like, what is it, Evolve or so?
Yeah.
You'll probably upgrade while you're playing or something. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Evolve, yeah.
Oh. Medieval?
Yeah, Medieval remake. Is that the last of their old brands, or would no? I think Sly Cooper would still be out there, wouldn't it? From that kind of era of games to be remade. I liked Sly Cooper, I have to say. Yeah, and you could, you know, upgrade it nicely and you know, have loads of new mechanics in there and all that with the sneak mechanic. I never liked Medieval. I'm just gonna put it out there. I didn't like it when I played it on PS1. I think it was fine, but it just like didn't speak to me. I preferred Soul Reaver. Well, do I show my age? Well, I'm 35, so um, this it looks kind of almost like Nightmare Before Christmas, kind of wacky design, humor, and all that. Where's? Oh, you never know.
Oh yeah, that was Johnny Depp there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I was wondering what happened to him. Oh, next, an animal.
Oh, is that the zoo one? Zoo Island, Zoo Town, Zoo Empire. What is it?
Zootopia?
No, that's a film. A good film. Oh, is this like? Do you remember on PS3 that game where you started out like as a pug, and then you had
Tokyo Jungle.
Tokyo Jungle, yeah. So
Tokyo Jungle 2.
Well, it's this Jungle, so
yeah, Jungle.
And then he turns into a bigger animal and this kind of stuff.
Is he changing, or he's just this animal?
No, it's this animal.
Oh, he turned into a crab, I think.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to that? Oh no, that's Ubisoft. That play our history from the the Stone Age kind of thing. That's No way, the survival series. Yeah, this is like Tokyo Jungle, just in. Oh yeah, fuck off spiders. No.
That's what the game should have been called.
Yeah.
I'm not playing that in VR.
I'm not playing that, period, if there's Max. Yeah. I'd love if they bring back Deep Down. I really would love that. Because you remember those trailers when they came out and it was the big, the big Dark Souls time. Oh, yeah. And, say, oh, Dark Souls in first person. And you look how that light looks and all that. And that was it. Well, I have a Star Wars PlayStation, so I'm not gonna upgrade. Yeah, especially like for the normal consumer, no, they'll just buy that then if it's cheaper. For us gamers that know about this stuff, yeah, it's too late.
Up next, the question mark. Oh.
Castlevania?
Yeah, there we go. No, Final Fantasy.
Oh, yes. Oh, come on, Shadow drop it. Come on, I need something to play.
The text there just said the wait is closer or some nonsense, so...
Yeah. Well, I mean, it used to be an episodic kind of thing, so they could drop like the first 5 hours and just have that as like the intro prologue or whatever.
Didn't they do a cool demo for 15?
Yeah,
it's just not even part of the main game, I think. They just
but
2 hours.
Yeah, that he was dreaming or something like that, and if you finished it, got something in 15. You unlocked a few bits, like not story breaking bits, but just a few bits.
This all looks lovely anyway.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Shadow Drop. Available now.
I love that it just says remake in the name. That's funny. They never do that,
Yeah. More to come in June. Great.
Is that the box art there? Because I like to look at that.
I do like that too, yeah. What?
That was it?
Seriously?
Alright.
Oh, come on, 12 minutes!
Short and sweet, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. So, what did you guys think? Yeah.
Is the idea that they're doing one of these every month now?
I thought they were gonna go down the Nintendo Direct route, but to be honest, if you have nothing to show, come on, that was nothing to show. Don't do one.
Well, I suppose
was in March, by the way.
Well, if they're saying we'll see more of 7 in June, but Sony aren't doing a conference, are they?
They're doing their PlayStation conference in October or November.
Okay, so I just wonder who's going to be showing it in June then.
June is E3.
Yeah, no, but I wonder because Sony apparently aren't going to be doing a show at E3.
Oh,
is it Microsoft you're going to be showing it off?
Well, I suppose they'll do it similar to Nintendo, have their direct and then be on the show floor, but not have like a press conference. You know?
Yeah. Because like at E3, you think they almost have to show Last of Us now.
Yeah.
So that Final Fantasy VII. I think it'll definitely happen, but I think it'll be PS5, you know?
Yeah, that's a PS5 launch title if I ever heard one. Yeah.
I can't quite remember how they were touting the Pro now. I know God of War definitely had a pretty good upgrade on it, but aside from that,
yeah, I'd say Horizon is a lock for a PS5 launch title.
That's the funny thing going into PS5 because there's so many things we can consider locked in terms of sequels.
Well, there will be a Spider-Man 2.
God of War 2 is God of War confirms God of War 2, so.
But God of War 2, I wouldn't expect the first year of PS5.
Oh no, not at all.
That's like a second or third year PS5 game.
And Knack, of course.
Yeah,
Knack's going to be back.
Spider-Man, I could imagine next year for Christmas. Because that like Spider-Man is the most successful superhero. Like, it makes the most money, more than double than Batman, who's number 2. So if you want to sell consoles, you sell it with Spider-Man.
Yeah, and what is there anything else from that show we can talk about?
Sadly, probably not much. Like if you look.
Oh, Predator, yeah. It has 7 people working on it. They're doing a thing with it.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
As long as the guy who names the Kingdom Hearts games is nowhere near it.
Yeah. Just back to the Predator game. The problem with what we've seen is literally that's a concept teaser. That game, I'd say, is far out. It's far out. You know. Yeah. And sadly, Sony has a record of if they show this little, it's probably not coming. It's like with Agent and all of these things that were like really like, oh yeah, concept is cool and the idea is cool, and then nothing. So don't get our hopes up too much for a Predator game anytime soon, I'd say. Well, Medieval is back, but like if you want to, that's not gonna pull. That's not heating my PlayStation passion up. That Critters game, whatever, Tokyo Jungle 2.
Away, Survive, Summit.
Yeah, that could be cool. But of course, like that's a 3D roguelike. So if you don't like roguelike. Like it looked like a roguelike it would, so that's probably not going to cut it for you. Okay, yeah.
Oh, really?
So roguelike, yeah. So I'd say the highlight was the 3D Dot Hero looking game that I can't remember the name of.
Oh god, yeah, no. I can picture the font. I can't picture the title.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this was not sorry PlayStation, but like take a book out of Nintendo's a page out of Nintendo's book and try to like mimic that a bit more, because that was a nothing. Yeah. 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 So, well, the last one I would have given like a C, maybe edging to a B, but this is a F to me. This is a fail, sadly.
Yeah, I'm actually really struggling to think of anything to talk about with this. I feel like we actually had more to talk about before this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even our conservative hopes weren't met in this circumstance.
Yeah, and even if they just put together a little clip of like hints at games that could be in June, that they could show in June. Yeah, great. You're showing Final Fantasy VII. We're very much aware you're working on Final Fantasy VII. Like, there's nobody in the games industry left that doesn't know you're working on it. So showing this is kind of like, yeah, you have more CG trailer done.
It's so funny. Like, the development time for this remake has definitely been a lot longer than most Final Fantasy original games.
Yeah.
Like, I can't comprehend it. I do find it very amusing, but yep. I can't get excited about it anymore.
That's the whole thing with them at the beginning planning it as like an episodic game, which would have been BS, because come on, like, it's 140 hours. How many episodes do you want to release, right?
Yeah.
And then pulling off basically 80% of the team to so that Kingdom Hearts can be done. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, that's a sad thought.
The thing is, and I think it's just some kind of exec saying, we need a state of play in at least every 2 months. I don't care what you show, but we have to be there. And so close to E3, the same exec probably said, you can't show anything.
Well, I think it shows a big difference in the mindset between Sony and Nintendo. Because Nintendo commit to the video format so early that they're happy to just have a random direct and announce a new Zelda game. One of their biggest games, where Sony kind of hold back their big ones. You know, because they want max exposure.
They're not ready to leave E3 Go, although they've left E3 Go.
It's a messy breakup, and I hate to see it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Like, this is not gonna go onto any big news sites for more than like that it happened. Like, they could have, like you said, like do a montage, like 5 second, boom, 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 of just like even stills of games, like show Aloy's head from the back, show Spider-Man's eye, show whatever, something that or like Gran Turismo, show a light of a car or something, and that thing to at least give us like more in June, and that'd be like, what, we'll click through every photo and every frame of this now and go through which games, like they're like saying this is coming, and yeah.
Yes, it was. Am I wrong? But there was no VR stuff in this one, was there?
No.
Because last time it was mostly VR.
The thing is, it's successful enough to merit making more.
Mm.
And they invested too much, I think. Like invest or developing that thing probably cost them too much to back out too early. So that's why I was saying at the beginning they'll probably try to dip their finger in or their toes into VR with a PlayStation 5 when it comes out. Like the high end VR bundle will be like $1,000, and then the normal will be like probably 500 or 600, and then the discless smaller version with will be like maybe 300.
I think for that,
yeah.
I think if they want it to take off, they need to have it more than just kind of these small experimental games they do. They need to have, like, obviously the next Spider-Man, have it so you can play it normally, but have some reason to play it VR as well.
Yeah. Or
have some interesting spin on it.
You know what I'd love? Another Infamous. I loved Infamous 1. I love it. Yeah, and Second Son, and then the DLC with First Light, and like the basically, and this is where Sony kind of dropped the ball. They were setting up their own kind of superhero Marvel universe kind of thing, with the way that at the beginning it was just kind of like in the first one was Cole, I think, was the hero with his powers, and then only the end boss had powers, but then here you have the girl that does with light and all that. Like it could have been like they could have gone like nuts with it, and create this massive expansive like superheroes, supervillains world and this kind of stuff, so. And you never know. Like they could come out and have Infamous Third Strike or whatever. They're going to whatever they're calling it. Or Third Generation, or you never know. And come out and do that because Marvel has shown if you put the right heart and soul into it, it can go insane.
Well, the thing is, is with how successful Spider-Man was in PS4, I feel like that might actually affect them greenlighting another Infamous game.
But positively or negatively?
Negatively, because I think they'd say, "Oh no, we'll just use recognized superheroes," because for the amount it sold, it did incredibly.
Well, but that's Insomniac, doing it, so that's not like first party. So PlayStation could and Second Son.
I'm pretty sure that's why it's a PlayStation exclusive. Is Sony, because Sony owned the Spider-Man film rights still. They've got a big stake.
Do they still own it though?
They do, yeah. They have some weird like renting him out back to Marvel, but that's why they're making like Venom and a Morbius film and all sorts of. Stuff I don't want to see, or Spider-Verse, In
a month or two. Yeah, it's super early. So it would be too early for them to release Spider-Man 2. But to be honest, if if they just put out another story DLC that's again like 5 hours long or whatever the other one was, or was it 6? Depending if you did all the missions, I'd buy it day one. Like I loved the additional story bits, and the mini game stuff I could have done without because I just wasn't that good at them. But yeah, in general, I thought like they did a brilliant job with the main game and with the story DLC. So give me season 2 of Spider-Man, until the next Spider-Man comes out, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm excited based off just some of the stuff in that game. Like, will maybe other studios try their hands at other characters in that universe? Because Square Enix is still working on an Avengers game that we won't see probably for 10 years because it's Square Enix.
Oh,
yeah.
Because now they need to change the skin color of Captain America, and they didn't even realize that they had to. Avengers Endgame spoilers.
Captain America. Yeah.
But that's the thing, like they probably, like, Marvel is like wouldn't have told them that it's no longer Steve Rogers, but it's now Sam Wilson, so they probably have to change some designs.
That happened in the comics like 4 years ago.
Yeah, but like, do you think Square Enix is necessarily aware of all of that stuff?
Well, it's Crystal Dynamics, the Lara Croft folk, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So I'd say they know. They've been doing their comic research for this, I hope.
Yeah, but
mind you, I would love to see a game made by people who hadn't read the comics.
The problem is, and like to talk a bit out of my past, I worked on Star Wars: The Old Republic in the community team and all that for final beta and launch and all that. The higher ups don't know this stuff, and they make the decisions. Like, they know what's like the demographics and the statistics, and they've probably seen something of it to be like, oh yeah, I love Boba Fett in Star Wars. Although they probably haven't seen the films in 20 years time, or if even. So the techie guy, or the guy that will have read the comic books, will not be the one who calls the shots.
I don't know about that, because like the Rocksteady Batman games, like, delve so much into the mythology in that particular comic universe, and obviously the Insomniac Spider-Man game as well.
Like, sometimes lightning hits and the right people get the right license at the right time and all of that, but that's not going to be the norm. That's going to be the exception. So
I feel if Crystal Dynamics learned they were working on a Marvel game, I'd say they'd do their research there, because it's been shown it kind of sells in a way.
Yeah, but what do you do? Do you do it like an action adventure game? Is it going to be like Ultimate Alliance-y kind of game? You never know.
I have no idea. That's kind of why I'm so interested in it, more than it being a licensed thing.
The problem was that teaser that they showed, I did not like the design that they used, and I know they used the symbolism of the Cap's shield and all of that, but I did not like the way that that graphically looked. Like, I know that it's not going to look like that in the end, but it put me off. It looked cheap. It looked just like slap some Marvel weapons together. Quickly look up what they look like.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'd say I have a bad feeling they announced that almost with the trailer. Like, that was as far as they got.
Yeah.
They had no plans, probably, but...
Yeah, so could it even be a Phase 5 tie-in? Could it be that Marvel has some kind of deal like that they're going, okay, this is where we're going with Phase 5, and your game will play in between movie X, Y, and Z, and tie it all together?
I don't know. I would really hope that they're just doing their own thing completely. Just like the Spider-Man PS4 game, don't tie into anything. Just make your own spin on it. Just that kind of freedom excites me a lot more than tie-ins.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, and seeing that not Homecoming, Spider-Man 2 film, basically, Far From Home, already like confirmed the multiverse for the film, for the MCU universe. So you could just make it like tie in that way and say it's just in a different universe there, like timeline where Tony turned evil or something like that, and then make him the bad guy, which would be kind of cool. Iron Man as the uber villain,
I'm down for that. Mm.
Yeah, you could create some cool mixed villains. Like, who says that Hulk can't be evil and be mixed with the what's the bad guy in Iron Man 2? The
Whiplash?
no, not Whiplash. The guy that was like doing Al Qaeda videos.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Iron Man
Mandarin.
3, yeah.
Who says that Mandarin can't be Hulk? Or something like that, or have Hulk like powers or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's just the beauty of it, is you could just, there's so many ideas they can do, but I just need to see anything to hang
Yeah.
being excited for it off, because I
Yeah.
don't know how you do that game.
And just so you know, what's funny, we've talked double the time that this 3 took because of stuff that we're like, come on, give us anything. This is what we'd like. And it's already twice as long.
It's more of a Square Enix show.
Yeah, you can send an email to customer support. Yeah, unless you know the big boys, nothing is getting through the big boys. Like you need to start some kind of petition in the country where they're in, that that they, or something like that, or yeah, or just like crowdfund something, it's basically say, we're crowdfunding this game, you just need to make it, here is the money, this kind of thing. Yeah,
We'll put on a charity concert for Bloodborne 2.
Trust me,
Blood
that probably would go very well. I would say. Like, people love Bloodborne. I still haven't played Sekiro. It's still like, with reviews, and like I'm streaming Last of Us, the first one, at the moment, for GamEir. So I just haven't gotten around to even.
Good thing you clarified you're not streaming Last of Us 2.
No, well, it's called Last of Us Part 2, and there is a streaming episode where I call it Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, cool. I say we had a lot of viewers for that one.
Yeah, but we can check the numbers at some point.
I think I'm gonna have to call it for tonight.
Yeah, same here. Be cool if you could do this more often, especially with the Nintendo Directs and maybe even E3, that we look at these things. And we're not making promises, anybody out there listening, but we're just saying we'd like to do that, just like we'd like really cool games from Sony in a stream, so yeah, this is
all right.
Cool.
That was good fun.
Yeah.
Brief fun from our friends at Sony.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. Good night and good game. The Steve is out.
All right. Yep. Goodbye, chums. Hopefully we'll have more to talk about next time. Ta-ta.